One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Toss left to Montgomery. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Smith, his first carry. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 34. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all this stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
It's now 2nd and 10.
No way, you're kidding me!
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
These type of plays are backbreakers for our defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there. And he's got the Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run here with Raymond Calais. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Lions nothing.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking
looking at third down here. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Calais. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. It's caught. Jones. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Two minutes gone by, second quarter. Here's Swift. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. They'll run with Swift. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Ito Smith. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Now Trubisky to throw. Being chased out left. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Montgomery. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. 20! Touchdown! Chicago! Ito Smith, 46 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up first and 10. Ground, it's Calais. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And first and foremost, this is all about vision. He can see the play developing right in front of him, and once he's past the line of scrimmage and got a full head of steam behind him, he's just going to keep right on going.
They run with Calais. The tackle by Robert Quinn. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he can get a good head of steam going.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This will make it into the end zone. Leaping over him. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
First down, Detroit.
They'll run. Delay.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford
Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
First down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 12. At the Bears.
Throwing is Stafford. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and pick it up with Cohen. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. And he'll give it here to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bears' 30-yard line.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
14.
2nd and 8. Back to throw. Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Kenny Galladay, 30 yards. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Lions 24, Bears 14.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Chicago Bears. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
A play fake to Montgomery. Now Trubisky over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. On 1st down, Trubisky going to let one fly for Robinson.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 13-yard line.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And some space here. It's a foot race. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Detroit. Raymond Calais, 87 yards. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And this carries into the end zone.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33, and he will bring it back. An interception return.
Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't get out my way, little bit. She gon' put it on me, that's a lot of it. 4 coops, 4 seasons, drop the top a bit. Bust down, but my wrist, time to talk a lot of. I got both my girls head to toe, designer. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit. West LA, that where you find me though. Cha-cha matcha with a rockin' black clothes. Whip around that Batmobile, ducking 5-0. If you step to me, then be prepared for smoke, little bro. Let me feel myself a little bit. Let me blow this down a little bit. Drip, little bit. Let me feel myself a little bit. Little bit. You ain't talking big. Get out my way, little bit.
Another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood dinner. Juice stay turned like. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. bought my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I buy like 23. Whoa. Won't fall again and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that split?